And welcome back to the Oxford Citizen and the OxfordCitizen.com. John Errol with Errol Castens, who covers the Oxford and Lafayette County beat for us here. And we're going to give you a little sneak peek of what we got coming up this week in the Citizen. And first off, Errol, I believe this week they're having something called Lunch with Legislators.
Right. The area legislative contingent will be speaking with the chamber and telling some of the successes and probably some of the things they see as not successes of this past legislative session, and some of the priorities that will be coming up for next year.
Is this something that happens routinely, or is it pretty rare for all the legislators to get together?
It happens about twice a year.
Okay.
With the chamber.
All right. Is there any particular issue that's really being driven in Jackson that's important to Oxford specifically, or Lafayette County?
Well, that's what we'll find out.
Okay. That's what the meeting's all about. Okay.
Stay tuned for that.
I don't know if there was a long-standing feud that's going on in Jackson that people here really want to push for. So we've got that coming up. Plus, there's an author named Pollen that you're going to be writing about this week.
Michael Pollen. He's the author of Food Rules, The Omnivore's Dilemma, and several other books on food and food systems. And he has a new book coming up. And this one will be about cooking and how it affects national and individual health.
Okay, so a little food action coming from Errol this week. That'll be a lot of fun. Do you know where he's from?
I don't remember.
Okay, but he's coming to town, and Errol will have a chance to talk to him. So we'll have that in this week's Oxford Citizen. And then finally, you might not have noticed this because it seems to be more than in years past living here in town, but the students are gone for the most part. I know there's something called Maymester or whatever going on, but a big decrease of students currently in town. And how does that affect the city? You've got a story about that.
Mm-hmm. We'll have perspectives from people on the street, just regular residents, as well as some city officials to see how things change when town clears out.
Yeah, and just because the students are gone, that doesn't necessarily mean good or bad. It can mean both. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to be able to drive around a little bit easier whenever there's less students in town, but there's proven evidence that some crimes go up while the students are away, and you also don't make as much money for the economy when the students are away. So Errol will have a lot of coverage on that. We want to remind you that you can get all of Errol's news updates. Follow him on Twitter at Oxford Citizen EC. And for John Davis, our sports editor, you can get all the sports information from him. Oxford Citizen JD is the way to keep up with all that's going on the sports front. We have Ole Miss coverage, we have Oxford Charger and Lafayette Commodore coverage, all that coming from John Davis and Parrish Alford, who does the Ole Miss beat for us as well. Again, thank you for watching OxfordCitizen.com. For Errol, I'm John. We'll see you back here next week. Everybody have a great week.
See you.